down towards 7:15. Celtics trailing by 1 point. Cowens wanting to pick Sobers. White doesn't want to use it this time. Havlicek was coming inside, and there was pushing as he came down the lane. It's on Curtis Perry. That's the third foul against Perry.
John Havlicek making a good move as Curtis Perry was out of position, took it to the basket, picked up the foul.
7 minutes. 67-66 Phoenix. Hondo on the weave, and Alvin Adams was there, and Adams has fouled him.
That now will even up the foul situation after this. The Boston Celtics will shoot the penalty situation. 4 team fouls on the Phoenix Suns. So that advantage now has been wiped out with 2 quick fouls down here by the Phoenix Suns.
How smart those Celtics are, Rick. They know they had to get the Phoenix Suns in foul trouble to equalize it. In the last couple of plays, they went right to the hoop, hoping to pick that up. And now, as you mentioned, it is equal.
2 shots for Havlicek, who was in the act of shooting. Score is tied on that free throw, and John Havlicek moving up, now ranking 3rd. Going to play for sure next season. By the time he quits, he can be number 1 in every category.
John's one of those guys who they have to burn his uniform off.
He has put the Celtics ahead. Adams cruising toward the hoop. Underneath, Silas. Great individual effort. Ball wouldn't stay down for the rookie. Here's Hondo on the move. Gar Hurd was there on the defense. Charlie Scott gets inside and into that lane area and throws it up. Offensive foul is the call. It's against Scott, his 4th.
This play, that's 4 fouls on Charlie Scott. He called him for moving his left arm. Jake O'Donnell is signaling the left arm of Charlie Scott. Let's watch the play. Here it comes. Watch Charlie's left arm as he jumps up. Watch the left arm. I never saw it.
68-67, Celtics lead. Suns going for it. Cowens steals the ball with 5 fouls. Cowens came right back at him and goes to the basket. Pretty play through the foul. You see the redhead down there. That is basketball.
Play by Dave Cowens. Stole the ball 3/4 of the way. Take it, Rick. Show it to us.
Here he goes. Well, we see him after the steal. He takes it down the floor, makes a good head fake looking to Charlie Scott. Takes it in with the left hand, picks up the foul on Gar Hurd, but the steal itself was absolutely incredible. Here's the man playing with 5 fouls, and he gambles on a play, and he makes a big gamble pay off. They now have a 4-point lead, but there's still plenty of time to go.
71-67. 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Sobers saying, come on out, where's my wingman? Hurd finally does come way out. Shot clock inside of 10. Now they'll go to work against it. They're far away from the basket right now. 5 seconds, Westfall, and we had contact.
And it's going to be 5 fouls on Charlie Scott. They double team. Charlie went for the steal. This time he picked up the foul, and it's a penalty situation for both teams now. Paul Westfall will go to the line with a chance to cut it back to 2. And the Celtics hurting with their 2 of their top players, Scott and Cowens, playing with 5 fouls and plenty of time to go. 5:57.
Westfall pulls the Suns to within 3. Slice that lead in half. So here come Charlie Scott and Dave Cowens. Paul Silas, JoJo White, and John Havlicek. They're against Paul Westfall, Alvin Adams, Ricky Sobers, Curtis Perry, and Dick Van Arsdale, who's checked in. Gar Hurd over on John McLeod's bench. Offensive foul.
Now John Havlicek, as Paul Westfall got great position as John made his cut through the basket and ran over him. And you see John is not arguing the play. Well, he did a little bit there as we cut away.
John McLeod's wife biting her fingernails as the clock comes down to 5:35. Her team behind, 71-69. 4 fouls on Havlicek. Pass out of bounds on the turnover. They were trying to lob it into Alvin Adams. We've seen that play work successfully a couple of times, but not there.
As Alvin Adams made his cut to the basket, he slipped a little bit, and he didn't have control of himself, and he was only standing about 4 feet high off the ground. He couldn't reach the ball.
5 minutes and 20 seconds for a championship. Boston leading Phoenix 71-69. If they hold on, it'll be their 13th title. Cowens, it's a 4-point lead. He was wide open.
Great play by the Boston Celtics. Alvin Adams is fronting Dave Cowens. He held him off. They reversed the ball and hit him rolling to the hoop. Super play.
there with those 5 fouls. He is going eyeball to eyeball against the rookie, even though he's playing with 5 fouls. Picked up the 5th one at 10:09. Gar Hurd will come back for John McLeod. Cowens turnaround. Silas came over and was dueling against Alvin Adams. Ball went out of bounds. Paul Silas touched it last.
Now watch Cowens. Now watch Alvin Adams in front of him. Now look how wisely he holds him in front and gets position. Now look at him hold him there. Now there's the pass across court. He cuts to the hoop. Easy basket. Super play by Cowens and the Celtics.
4-point margin. Celtics over the Suns and 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in regulation time. Shot clock inside of 10. Alvin Adams was backing toward the basket. That's JoJo White. Loose ball.
John Havlicek on the floor. Looks like he's okay. Got a little bit of a scratch on his knee, a floor burn. But that was a switch off that time as Cowens jumped out on the Westfall. And Adams rolled to the hoop. JoJo White trying to keep him away. Held him a little bit.
Curtis Perry on the Phoenix bench watching the action with Gar Hurd back on the floor. Van Arsdale is being forced to play a lot of forward because Keith Erickson is injured, and John McLeod needs to give Gar Hurd and Curtis Perry a rest. So we've seen Van Arsdale mostly at guard until today.
Well, it doesn't hurt him because Dick Van Arsdale was a super forward for the New York Knickerbockers. Great defensive player, and he's a real good swing man.
It's a 2-point margin right now, Rick. 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Hondo. 75-71. 10 points for Havlicek, who'd scored only 2 points in the first half. Shot clock inside at 10. Westfall throws one. Not a good play under that circumstance. Here comes Charlie Scott. 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Celtics up by 4. Cowens got away from Adams on a pretty roll. He just hooked right around him. Timeout has been called by the Phoenix Suns. They'll go over towards their huddle. They have come face to face with the Celtics. 3:29 as you look at Cowens on that great move against Adams.
Garnett against Wasso, and the baby hook is good.
Run out ahead to Terry. One man to beat. It's Ridnour into the lane to the glass. Terry lays it in.
James into the red. LeBron James.
Kobe, three-pointer for the tie.
Got it. He did it again.
Oui, super.
Oh, monstro.
9 decent knocks.
And if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball.
Let's go. Keep playing hard. Wow, James, how pretty is that? Vince Carter saw the opening. Talk about large.
They get it to Hamilton. He gets a clean look and buries it.
Unbelievable.
It's game time. Are you ready?
Hill. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Highlight film job. Blocked by Duncan and taken away by Duncan.
Red on the breakout. Catch, shoot, three.
Yes! Michael Red, 57 points.
Helfair again.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Carter for the tie. Yes, at the buzzer.
Here in Phoenix, the situation is this. Game 6, 3 minutes and 29 seconds to go. The Suns must win to force a 7th game back in Boston Wednesday night. It is 77-71. Curtis Perry will be checking in. Dave Cowens on a tear. Dick Van Arsdale, Havlicek off with it. Celtics can open up even more daylight. They can go up by 8. Phoenix now has not scored a field goal in the last 4 minutes and 54 seconds. JoJo White, 79-71. The 60-minute man from Friday night, who has been Mr. Consistency in the championship series, opens it up even further. Now the Suns cannot afford many more mistakes. Gar Hurd rolls to the basket. Paul Silas with the rebound.
That's a big play right there from the Boston Celtics, and as Mendy said during the timeout, they can just smell this championship. They know they've got a chance to do it, and they're digging down for that little extra.
Silas left alone can make it 10. Adams batted it back up. Silas comes over. Suns could not control the rebound.
They will now wisely use up the clock, as the clock is now their greatest ally.
2:12 on that clock. White on the move inside, threw the foul against Dick Van Arsdale. His 4th foul. Curtis Perry checks in. And the Phoenix Suns have got the 8 count on them again.
They surely do.
Number 5, Dick
And
Van Arsdale.
can't say too much about this fellow at the foul line. He has been absolutely incredible in his performance. He had a bad 3 quarters, but he's coming through again here in the clutch in this 4th quarter.
Let me say something else about JoJo White. Besides the shooting that we have raved about, he also leads this team. He's got to get the offense moving. Great deal of pressure on JoJo White with that Boston Celtic organization. Great tradition of guards that they have. He sometimes doesn't get enough credit. It's 80-71. It's a 9-point Boston Celtic lead. 2 minutes.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Hurd. Turn around. He was fouled just as he turned into the basket that time. JoJo White get him. Sobers goes over to talk to John McLeod.
Yes, sir. Penalty situation. Hurd will go to the line with 3 shots to make 2.
Because of the penalty, Hurd will have that extra free throw to make the 2. They need everything right now. It's 81-71. It's 81-72. And if the Boston Celtics win their 13th championship, Mendy Rudolph will be inside their locker room. We'll meet the stars. We'll find out who the CBS MVP of the championship series has been. Here comes the penalty.
Under normal circumstances, Brent, I would say that this game is pretty much under Celtic control, but these Phoenix Suns have come from so far behind in so many critical situations and impossible situations that I think we have to wait a little while before we can really give it to the Boston Celtics.
Hurd gets the penalty down. It's 8 points and 156, and Charlie Scott with control now for the Celtics. Checking the clock, winding it down. Here's Scott outside. And he loved to hit that one here. 83-73 and 22 points for Charlie Scott. He has not fouled out for the first time so far. Sobers. Cowens with all that muscle and desire coming up after that 3rd overtime on Friday night. Dave Cowens came in here and he's played himself a whale of a basketball game. 55 minutes he turned in the Boston Garden. You would think he hadn't played in a week. Charlie Scott, pull-up jump shot. And here come the Suns with a minute 5. It's 83-73. Outside. Hurd was left all alone. It's 8 points and a minute. It's 83-75. Down inside of 1 minute to go now. The count has reached 9 on the amazing Phoenix Suns as Van Arsdale comes out on Charlie Scott and picks it up. Because of the penalty, we'll have the free throw shot. 5 fouls against Van Arsdale.
Well, Brett, the great tradition, the great hustle, determination, dedication of those Boston Celtics have paid off. And they've done the same thing in 3 series. They've won 2 at home, lost 2 on the road, came back to win at home, went out on the road and won the big one out on the road, proving that they are a great basketball team, because you can't call yourself a great basketball team unless you can win on the road.
Timeout was called before the free throw was shot. They'll go over to the sideline with 50 seconds left.